Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. So for this week, this is looking at the 17th of August through to the 23rd of August 2020. So if you watch me, you know I usually talk about the astrology, and then I'm going to do some cards for each element based on your astrological sun or rising signs. So it'll be earth signs first, then air signs, water signs, and fire signs. I'm going to shuffle as I go rather than have the cards already picked. So I did that last week and I'm going to do it again this week, and I've got the Astro Dice here again. I'm just using 2 Astro Dice this week, and if you'd like to book a reading, just go to the link below. Turnaround time is 7 to 14-ish, 16 business days, because I'm extremely busy at the moment. So but you're welcome to book if you want to get a fast turnaround reading. There are urgent readings that you can order from me, which are delivered within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so this week the main thing going on this week is there's a new moon in Leo, 28 degrees of Leo. It does make some tense aspects with let's see, with Saturn and some other things, but it's interesting because with the new moon in Leo, the energy is very focused on this sense of pride and the good things in life, you know, and also creativity, children, romance. But Leo energy is very strongly connected to standards and having standards, and you know, not sort of just having shallow kind of values. It's more like, well, what does my heart really want? You know, what is the truth of my heart? That's very much Leo energy. So the new moon in Leo, if you know your chart, look at where it falls in your chart in terms of the house and what aspects it might make to see, you know, what this energy can mean for you. But Leo is very much about the heart. It's about the, you know, one's honest feelings. It may be, you know, the new moon is when the moon is not visible, it's dark, so there can be some issues that come up around, are you expressing yourself? Are you being honestly expressive of your true heart in some aspect of your life, wherever in particular this new moon falls for you? So interesting, and see what happens this week. But some people may feel the need to express, you know, some truths, especially if it's in a relationship or in a situation that's been going on for a while. If something's been bothering you for a while, this new moon this week, you know, you may be triggered to express yourself. Other stuff going on Monday to Wednesday, we have Mercury opposite Saturn. So this could create some psychological tension, some mental tension around our thoughts versus our reality, or issues between oneself and authority, issues between children and parents, or children and grandparents, or, you know, communication with bosses or anyone in authority around you. There could be some kind of, you know, tense communication with people in authority in your life, whether it's in the workplace or in your family, that sort of thing. That's active Monday to Wednesday. On the 21st, Mercury changes signs. It goes into Virgo, and Virgo rules Gemini, and obviously sorry, not Virgo. What am I saying? Mercury. Did I say Mercury? I'm a bit tired. It's afternoon. I've been doing readings all day. Mercury rules Gemini, and it rules Virgo. So with Mercury going into, you know, Virgo, which is a home sign for it, it's a good placement for Mercury, which is the mind communication. So you should find that, especially if you have earth energy in your chart, like Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, that, you know, you benefit from focusing on practical things, prioritizing your life, organizing things, writing lists, you know, not keeping everything all in your head, keeping, you know, a list to get through things, being organized basically. Could be a time to declutter with the Mercury in Virgo there. It's also a good time to really analyze things, and not that over-analysis is a good thing, but just to sort of think things through with clarity, having a bit more clarity. And you may be feeling a bit pragmatic about your life, more so with Mercury moving into Virgo there. It's more focused on work and the practical details of your life, your health, your routine, you know, maybe looking at where you can improve your health, whether it's exercise or, you know, your diet. You may be thinking about stuff like that from the 21st. And then the 23rd, Sunday, Sun moves into Virgo. So yeah, that's interesting. again, a focus on practicalities, on day-to-day life, on health, on work, routine. And wanting to sort of, sometimes when there's a lot of Virgo energy, you can really want to know what's coming up. Like, it's very Virgoan to sort of want to know what's the plan, you know, what are the details of the plan. And, you know, for some people, probably more Virgo rising people, but if you kind of have other Virgo energy kind of in your chart, say, you can kind of be more like, okay, I just need to take care of what needs to be sorted out and fixed, and let me just make sure I'm on top of things. That's also Virgo energy. So, you know, however that plays out for you, maybe wanting to sort of think ahead, planning something for the future, or be very focused on your work life. And there is a sense now with this energy in Virgo that we want to be more productive, that we want to kind of look at the reality of our life. And also Virgo relates to pets and animals, so especially small animals. So there may be, you know, if you're someone that really wants, you know, to have a pet, you may be thinking about that, like, oh, I want a cat, or, you know, a little furry companion. Something like that, you know, can come up when there's Virgo energy present, especially with Mercury and the Sun in Virgo. So this Virgo energy is good for the earth signs to get more organized. Can be a bit challenging for the mutable signs like Pisces, Sagittarius, and yeah, mostly Pisces and Sagittarius. So then on the weekend, and leading into next week, we have transiting Mars in Aries square with Saturn. So yeah, there's a bit of tension with that. And I think, I don't know if I mentioned that last week that was coming in this week, but it's kind of wanting to push forward but feeling blocked, basically. And also just to mention that, you know, and I've mentioned this before recently, I think, that we have a lot of retrogrades at the moment with Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus since last week, and Neptune and Pluto all retrograde. That's a lot of energy that's very internal. It's a lot of energy that, you know, can have people feeling a little bit lost, a little bit confused on their path, or, you know, finding that you're trying to push forward but you're feeling like you're being pushed back by life, that kind of energy. So there's a need for patience at this time, a need to go within, to meditate, to connect with your internal world, to journal, to work things out on an inner level. But sometimes, you know, it depends on your own chart if you have certain things retrograde, or if these retrograde planets are aspecting something important in your chart, they can definitely trigger change. But for huge life decisions, you know, especially work or career related, you're looking more at when Saturn goes direct, which is the end of September, for making a big change in those areas. But, you know, as I said, if you've got Uranus retrograde or Pluto retrograde contacting something personal, this can be a big time of change for you. But there's a lot of internal energy getting stirred up for people at the moment, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the main stuff for this week. Let's look at the cards and for each of the elements. So as I said, I'm going to start with the earth signs first. All right, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's look at a card from the Psychic Tarot first. So, earth signs here. This one wants to come out. New beginnings for earth signs. Wow, wasn't expecting that. That's the Fool card in traditional tarot. Let's look at an astrology. Which ones are these? These are the Black Moon astrology cards. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What's going on for the earth signs? This one wants to come out. Virgo. I was just talking about Virgo energy in the astrology. I analyze. How appropriate. Just talking about that. And it's for the earth signs. And I even said before that this is good for the earth signs. Don't you love that? I love doing the shuffle on the camera. That's how I do my readings for my clients, as I've said before. But let's go to, what do you need to release with the surrender cards for the earth signs? Earth signs, what do you need to let go of? Oh, wow. That's so appropriate. I love it. Okay, so it says surrender your attachment to results, which can be how, you know, with all this Virgo energy, and as I said, you might start thinking about, oh, what's going to happen in the future with regards to this situation, or overanalyzing things, or wanting to know each step of the way. It's asking you, you know, to be aware that in Virgo season now with Mercury in Virgo, the earth signs may be a bit prone to obsessive thinking or worry, which is very Virgo. But there is a new beginning. So that's exciting. And it's like you've just got to trust here instead of being overly attached to thinking that you can control it, which is actually kind of an issue that Virgos have. They want to control everything in terms of the details of things. And kind of, you know, it's similar to Capricorn, whether it's like Capricorn, you know, has the master plan, and Virgo is going to organize all the details and make sure everything's fine. But sometimes you have to let life kind of work for you as well. So let's see what the Astro Dice say. Mercury, 5th house. So there's something about romance or children that comes up for the earth signs. Could be a new beginning with regards to romance, communication with someone that you have, you know, like a soul connection to this week. So that's quite nice. I feel a lot of good energy with that, I have to say. And it's very interesting we have Mercury, because Mercury is moving into Virgo. So there may be, you know, a lot of discussion this week, a lot of, for the earth signs, a lot of planning energy, taking care of details, but it's something to do with romance, creativity, or children. Or you may be very busy with your routine to do with those things. But you have a new beginning here, which is the Fool card. So it's very interesting. It's almost like there's several messages here. And, you know, I always say take what, you know, relates to you or what you feel resonates as I say it. Not every message is going to relate to every person. But with the new beginnings, the Fool card here, it's like really the energy is very strong of stepping into a new aspect of your life in some way. And you may be feeling anxious here with the Virgo I Analyze card, like, oh, you know, you just want to make sure everything's going to be okay because you're used to feeling in control. Very much an earth sign thing too, you know. So it's asking you to kind of just have a bit more faith at this time and surrender your attachment to results. It doesn't mean, you know, that you're not caring about things or you're not being responsible. It's like, let go of the over-analysis, let go of the overthinking, if you can, you know. Depends on your personality. It can be harder for some than others. And yeah, as you let go and just be more in the moment, you'll find that you have faith with what happens and things will pan out as they're meant to for you. So there you go. All right, so that was for earth signs. Let's go to the air signs. So this is going to be for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one's flying out. Oh wow, prosperity begins. That's a nice card. It's a number 1. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This one was getting my attention. Destiny. Ooh. Wow, that's a cool card. And what are you guys having to surrender? The air signs. What do you have to surrender at this time? Surrender your ego. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the Astro Dice for the air signs. Mercury again. That's the second time Mercury. Oh, Mercury 7th house. So communication in relationships. And that's very interesting because you guys have, for the air signs, prosperity begins, and there's 2 hands there connecting. And there's this beautiful tree growing, and there's like a, looks like a chestnut or a walnut down there. Sorry if I had the card up and you couldn't see that before. I wasn't looking through the camera and I might have moved the card too high. But you had Mercury in the 7th house with the Astro Dice. So that talks about important discussions in relationships and something destined is happening in your relationships. But what I'm getting here is with surrender your ego, there's a need. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others and come from your heart. Very much coming from your heart. I talked about that before with the new moon in Leo. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So air signs, it is saying, and you know, really I think the ego issue can be more of a Gemini Aquarius thing because they tend to sort of get carried away in their thoughts, whereas Libras tend to, you know, be quite considerate to other people in general. But there's something here where you really, I'm getting the word listening and listening to another person without judgment and kind of just letting them express what they need to express in a relationship situation. I'm getting a very strong energy about relationships here for the air signs this week, and there is a new beginning for the air signs as well. Earth signs had a new beginning as the first card, and it was the 4, which is 0. This is number 1. And also there's something about prosperity. So if you've been worrying about money, it's like saying that you'll be taken care of, something good happening this week, but there's a need to get out of your ego, which could be, you know, that can be an abstract idea, like what is the ego? How do I get out of my ego? But the ego is any fearful thoughts, basically, or any overly controlling thoughts which come from fear. And it's like when we're in fear, we want to control everything. When we're in fear, we feel that we have to be overly, maybe overly aggressive or overly, you know, adamant about things. And whereas it's asking you to take a bit more of a softer disposition in some way. And it doesn't mean don't be assertive and don't stand up for yourself if you need to, but that's not what it's saying. It's just saying don't let yourself get sucked into fear, okay, is really what it's saying. And important communications with others, with Mercury 7th house. So others could be partnership, friendship, collaborations, people that you know that you're, you know, partnering up with for, it could be business, it could be relationship, it could be, you know, contracts, hearing from someone that's important, having an important conversation, you know, deeper conversations, and something destined as well. All right. So that was the air signs. Okay, so let's go to the water signs. So this is for Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces for this week. The waiting game, interesting card. Okay, wonder what you guys are waiting on. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What is the energy this week? Too many cards came out then. Ooh, this one. 12th house escape. Okay, interesting. Let's see what you need to let go of. It feels like relationships again, I have to say. They're all talking about relationships this week. I don't know if it's to do with the new moon in Leo, but that's what I'm feeling. What are the water signs trying to let go of at the moment? Come on. Which card is, there we go. Surrender, worry. Oh yeah, the negative thoughts for sure. And the Astro dice, whoops. Second house. Mercury. That's crazy. Mercury just keeps coming up for every single element this week. Earth signs, air signs, and our water signs. Everyone's had Mercury come up, which is so bizarre and has never ever happened before. That's really interesting. Okay. And the second house, which is self-worth, self-esteem, what you value, your finances, your money. So communications to do with values, to do with what you value, to do with stability, security, finances, earnings, information about your money could be coming through this week. Communications, emails, correspondence about work as well could be coming up, or communications about Venus related things, because it's the second house, which is a Taurus house. So, you know, you could be communicating about what you truly value or what you really want out of a situation this week. Interesting stuff. So it's interesting we have the second house and we have the waiting game here with 2. So some people could be waiting to hear about something in a work scenario with a water sign. So, yeah, there could be waiting to hear back, like getting an email back or a phone call, or hearing about a job situation. Could also be relationships, because I did get a lot of energy around relationships with the 12th house escape card. 12th house is very karmic house, to do with past life connections. So there could be something like that going on for some of the water signs. Surrender, worry. Make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart. Again, it talks about the heart. Another card from this deck this week also mentioned the heart. Like, it just really jumped out, and I was talking about the new moon in Leo before, how it relates to listening to your heart. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. That's a beautiful message and so true. So the 12th house escape card can actually be, and I am getting another message here with the surrender worry card, that you might feel a little bit lost this week, water signs. You may feel a little bit confused or a bit lost on your path, like you just don't know where you're headed with the 12th house. You know, it's like almost like a maze here on this abalone shell in the picture, and it's like you may be feeling like I just don't know, I can't sense like where I'm headed, or I'm just not sure where this situation, whatever it is going. I don't know what's going to happen with my job or relationship or this or that. So what it's asking you to do is focus on the moment, and you know, also and surrender your worries, especially Mercury second house could be meditation, could be like stilling the mind to a more Taurian kind of Zen like state, and connecting and grounding yourself in nature could help you feel more at peace, coming back to the moment, being pragmatic in the moment, dealing with what's in front of you, not sort of projecting ahead too much. But that mercurial that Mercury moving into Virgo this week, especially for Pisces, may challenge the Pisces a little bit with some kind of stress energy coming from other people, or worry, or a lot of communications, or, you know, communications, a lot of work could be happening because you could be very busy. With Mercury in second house, you could be busy earning money, dealing with your work life. But there is something that you're waiting on here. Waiting for something. Waiting to hear some news about something. The 12th house is also a very spiritual house. So you may be doing a lot of spiritual work this week. Or you may be meditating more. You may feel the need to cleanse your energy as well, is what I'm getting. A lot of messages there. So that's for the water signs. Lastly, the fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. New moon in your sign this week, Leos, so it should be interesting for you guys. Ooh, 2 cards wanted to come out. I wouldn't usually do that, but they are very strong with, like, they're both green, which got my attention straight away. Foundation, achievements, and spiritual strength. Okay, so home life, family, and needing to tap into your spiritual strength, your spirituality this week for the fire signs. Black Moon, Lilith, mystery. We have a lot of messages about sort of unknown energy, which really relates to a lot of the retrogrades going on, I feel, at the moment, where there's a lot of kind of a bit of a pause energy to an extent, and things going on more on an internal level. Let's see what the fire signs need to surrender, and then I'll do the astro dice. Surrender to inner peace. That very much resonates with the spiritual strength card. Again, fire signs, I'm getting meditation for you guys. It says cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments. I didn't even know it said that. Focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Yeah, especially, you know, Sagittarians are very good at being positive and projecting that positive energy, and it's almost like, and look how much fiery energy there is in that card too. So appropriate for the fire signs. Don't you just love that? Look at this. I have to show you. It's like a sunset, but it's just so fiery. And it's like life is just carrying her along because she's accepting and she's in inner peace and she's just flowing. So that's beautiful. There may be some element of mystery in terms of things that you're just not clear about as well, fire signs. Some, or also to do with a female or communications. You may feel a bit uncertain, I'm getting. And then it's asking you to go back within yourself and to find your inner grounding, fire signs, so that you can feel a sense of peace and spiritual strength. Definitely something around the home life. It feels quite stable there to me. I feel a good energy with the home life. Sun in the 3rd house. Interesting. So that's what the astro dice has for the fire signs. So there's a lot of communication for you guys this week. A lot of short trips potentially, and it could be just going out for exercise, going to the shops, getting food, driving here and there, picking up things, running errands. 3rd house, Gemini house, so it could be to do with children, something to do with children for some people, but definitely something about more communications for the fire signs this week. Could be communications around family, extended family, siblings, or home life, your own home life. But I see that there's a lot of positive energy around the fire signs this week. There's a lot of spiritual energy, and maybe with the new moon you're discovering something there, especially as I said for the Leos, but I feel like all the fire signs will be feeling that energy quite strongly. So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the reading, and thank you so much. And as I said, check out the links below if you'd like to book a personal reading or any of my other links. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bye.